Bruce Matson here, and I'm here to talk about Kenny Pickett and his rookie draft value. And I'm seeing him a little bit all over the board, but honestly, he's nestled in to a solid spot in ADP around the 6 through 10 range in the first round of rookie drafts. Got an ADP of 8. It's right in the middle of that mark. However, I've seen some people chat him up a bit as being like a 102 in Superflex rookie drafts. I've seen him get faded in some drafts where he's going in the middle of the second round where people aren't touching him. Also, on social media, I'm seeing a lot of people hate on him completely, not wanting him whatsoever, already considering him a bust from what they're saying. So this creates a lot of ambiguity of how we should perceive him, how we should value him. Dynasty fantasy football, I feel like he's listed at a fair price right now in fantasy. It really depends on where you value him versus what receivers are left on the board. Are you taking him over Chris Olave? Are you taking him over Sky Moore? Are you taking him over Christian Watson, George Pickens, James Cook? Where's that line for you? I feel like in Superflex, he's still a very good value. He's a first rounder. He landed in a good situation. Deontay Johnson's there. Chase Claypool's there. He's got a running back and Najee Harris. Pat Freiermuth, young tight end prospect, showed well during his rookie season. There's a lot of good things on the docket for Kenny Pickett. The Steelers need to improve the offensive line and other factors on the team. We also have the gatekeeper, Mitch Trubisky, there. That could slow things down during the start of his career. We also may have some buying opportunities if there's any dips along the way in his development, especially if Trubisky does well in the start of the season or if there's a quarterback controversy there. Kenny Pickett, though, there's a price that we could pay here in fantasy that could allow us to get a quarterback in Superflex where the quarterback value is buoyed, bumped up a bit at a good discount. We've seen quarterbacks who've been devalued before throughout the process. Quarterbacks that a lot of people hated become good values. Think about Josh Allen, Mac Jones, down the line, other quarterbacks as well. And really, when it comes to these quarterback prospects, there's a lot of information that we just don't have. I feel like even if I don't like the quarterback, I don't really like Kenny Pickett. I don't really like him that much as a prospect. I don't like this quarterback class in general. Just to be real with you, I'm not too into this quarterback class. But I do know there are some things that I don't know. I don't have that to really fully evaluate the player. And I like to look at the values. I like to see who's falling. Where can I get at a discount? And seeing Kenny Pickett go here like the 108 in rookie drafts and potentially lower, 109, 110, 111, there just comes a perfect time to strike where the wide receivers on the board are just not satisfying enough. I know I can get a quarterback prospect that I can cash in at the right price tag for Superflex and move forward. I feel like the 102, the 103 that's been recommended by some other people might be a little pricey at that spot because he is a big risk. He's a quarterback prospect that has a lot of holes in his game, a lot of holes in his profile that makes him a little dicey. But overall, when it comes to the economics of Superflex, he does hold some value. First round quarterback prospect going to a prosperous situation. The quarterback that went to Pittsburgh was going to see the big bump in value. And he was the only quarterback that was drafted in the first round. The only quarterback drafted in day one or day two for the most part. And where we value him is going to be the catalyst of where we will hold him for the next few years. Kenny Pickett, though, he's a speculative asset in Superflex that could yield some results. If not, the process isn't wrong. So if he busts on your bench, it ain't going to kill you. And he's also going in a spot in rookie drafts where the hit rate's not super high either. You're talking about maybe 50% if you're lucky. So if he busts on you, it's kind of all right. A lot of these players in this range isn't going to do much for us anyways. Trade market wise, he's going to hold it for a little bit as long as there's some speculation into his value. But the deeper he goes in the draft, I'm talking about 108, 109, 110, the more my ears are perking up. I'm also hearing a lot of people select him at like the 106 spot. I don't hate it because once you get to Jameson Williams, Chris Olave, Sky Moore, a lot of people are skeptical on those players. If you are, then you may want to pivot to him because he is a quarterback prospect. Superflex economics says to pay up for those quarterbacks, there's a chance that they could deliver more return on investment on the trade market than what you could really think of, especially for Kenny Pickett. But honestly, I'm just looking at him as just another speculative asset, and I'm just trying to find that value. For me, is right below ADP, right after that 108. I like Sky Moore better. I like George Pickens a little better. If I could get him and Pickens together, kind of like a 1-2 punch out of this draft, if the picks line up like that, like if I have two back end first or a first and an early second or something, that would be nice. But I also don't want to pay up for him. I don't want to overpay because there are some decent wide receivers in that first part of the draft that I want to tap in on and make sure I get them rostered on a lot of my leagues. Also, in my portfolio, I don't want to go with 0 shares of Kenny Pickett, especially in my stack of Superflex leagues, just in case there's something there, just in case, because he does have some things going for him with Deontay Johnson, Pickett, Chase Claypool, all these weapons here. All the Steelers need to do is get some pieces together, and even if not, that could put them in some situations where they need to throw the ball a little bit more. He's in a situation where he landed on a team that does a good job of taking care of the prospects. So I'm very interested in Pickett, but at the right price. Let me know what you're thinking of Kenny Pickett. Are you drafting him in Superflex? If so, where at? Hit it in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. It really helps the channel, helps the video get pushed out there on the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you don't miss an episode, miss a video, because I'm helping you guys out with your Dynasty teams nonstop. Again, I want to thank you, and I'll catch you next time.